Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to day 1 of week 13 of the Guildford City Fitness live stream. Clear up your warm-up area and get a drink. And we're going to start the warm-up with 2 minutes of fly skipping in 2, 1, go.
Ruben, Julian and Elizabeth.
How you doing, guys? Hope you had a productive weekend.
Matty, Alex, Charlie. Sam, Caroline and Pearl.
Happy Monday, people. 10 seconds.
James, Chris and David.
Stop.
And Millie.
Hey, Millie. Right, 2, 1, go. Watching myself on the TV is just throwing me off. Halfway.
Cam says morning.
How you doing, Ken? Relax. Doors are present to sit back. 2. And turn your hands as you walk through it. Finish your palms up. An angry cat, happy cat gets an even rounding from the top to the bottom of your spine. Breathe out at the top, breathe in at the bottom. Then walk out. Turn the last one into a downward dog and do 6 of those.
Morgan says has signed in.
Hey Morgan. So bend your knees a little bit if you have to, keep your back straight. Then from walk, downward dog into prone arm recoveries. 2 narrow. And get wider as you go through. Wrist and elbows high off the ground as you can go. Just realise how easy it is to cheat if you curl your wrist up, but try not to do it. Then finish off with clap press up. So number 1, upper and lower split circuit, and part 2 is core. You start with dips. We split lateral lunge, so you've got 40 seconds on each side this time for a bit more lower body conditioning to help support the running. And you've got inverted row and press ups in between. Then you've got a double push today, and then a double pull on a different day. So, starting with dips, 40 seconds on, 10 seconds off in 2, 1, go. So first set on Monday morning, I always go with a moderate tempo. Don't try to overemphasize any one part. And stop. 10 seconds off. Lateral lunge. One side. 2, 1, go. Because you get twice as many reps done per leg. Just try and make sure that you can stay tall. And your chest kind of upright. So you want to avoid leaning forward. Even if you get further. And stop into inverted row. 2, 1, go. You have 10 seconds left. Stop. Then lateral lunge on the opposite leg. 2, 1, go. This is way easier. It's really important you try and keep everything similar. Let's keep the same level of control on both sides. Build them up evenly. And keep your toes pointing forward on both feet. Even as you go out, don't let it turn, and then stop. Finish off the round with push-ups. So Monday morning, try and keep an even tempo. Keep it basic, don't try and do any of the more interesting variations. Maybe change the width if you feel you need to. And build it all up as you can within one set. Then stop. 20 seconds off, back to the start. Okay, in 2, 1, dips again. Keep your tempo and your elbow position consistent. You try to turn your elbows in behind you all the way through as you go down. It's way easier if your elbows turn out, but we're not gonna. And stop into lateral lunge. 2, 1, go. As you come back, try not to lean your body. It's much easier if you go out and shake your head to one side as you pull. You almost want to do it against the wall so you can keep your body upright, and you'll know if your cheeks, you'll hit it. And stop into inverted row. 2, 1, go. If you want to make these harder, try and do it with feet elevated off the ground. Last couple of seconds. And stop. Lateral lunge of the leg. 2, 1, go. So I'd say about 80% of the effort from this comes from driving the coiled leg down into the floor. But you should still feel a very definite pull through the heel of the straight leg towards your body. So you've got a proper drag. That's why the slider is quite handy. And then stop. Finish off round 2 on press ups. In 2, 1, go. Don't really need that. And stop. 20 off into the final round, back to dips. Okay, dips in 2, 1, go. As you feel that you're starting to warm up, start making the exercises a little bit more difficult, change the range, change your leverage on it. 15 seconds left. Build it up gradually and then regress if you have to. And stop. Lateral lunge. 2, 1, go. So for some of you, this is going to feel much more like a movement skill. You're going to start to sweat or burn, but you're going to start building up range and single leg strength. Like I said, the main thing to concentrate on, stop, to make sure you don't lean forward. It becomes a lot easier if you just lean while you lunge. Inverted row, getting 2, 1, go. Relax. Lateral lunge other side. 2, 1, go. So it's a hard fact to appreciate, but any noticeable differences in single leg performance are going to have some sort of impact on you on both legs. So if you've got a massive difference, relax, between how you do lateral lunges on each side, it's something you want to start addressing in your warm-ups, start building it up at other points during your week. Finish part 1 on push-ups in 2, 1, go. Okay, last couple of seconds, a few more reps. And stop. So 1 minute of rest into the core circuit for Monday. So sit-ups, shoulder taps, side plank, split between both sides, forearm plank march and flutter kick. Forearm plank march is just the same as press-up plank march. Put you down on your forearms. So a lot more of a split emphasis between shoulder control and lower back control. It's just a bit harder to push through your elbows than it is through straight arms. So this week it's now 40 seconds on, 10 seconds off for this side of the session as well. There's a little bit more time. Okay, so get ready then. Sit-ups, 2, 1, go. So try to focus on keeping your back completely straight and pulling from below your belly button. You can do it in a straight line if you want. How's that gonna go? No, none for me. And relax. And shoulder taps. Two, 1, go. So narrow hands, wide feet if you have to. "15 seconds left." You start putting in lower body marches, but I wouldn't, because you've got to do that during the forearm plank march. And relax. 10 seconds off, then you're into side plank. So you're 50-50 on each side. 2, 1, go. So I'm trying to build in some leg raises. And then switch sides. A bit close. Just make sure as you do it, you don't let your hips drop backwards. Keep your wrist under your shoulder and relax. Then into forearm plank march and flutter kick to end round 1. 2, 1, go. If you start to struggle, go into straight arm, press up plank march. Because you get a lot of support and stability through pushing. You've got less ability to push from here than you do from there. Just build it up gradually if you have to. And stop. Just make sure that your heel doesn't come higher than your shoulders. And then flutter kick to finish off round 1. 2, 1, go. Just keep your lower back pressed in. If you have to, start slowing it down. Bring your legs up and backwards and forwards instead of just up and down. Keep resetting so your lower back's in the right position. And stop. And back to round 1 with sit-ups. Sorry David, I didn't mean to kick you. Or did I?
Dun, dun, dun.
Right, so sit-ups in 2, 1, go. If you start to feel it too much in your hips, just transition to crunches instead. So if you get to about here, it feels like everything inside the crease of your hip is pulling you up. Just stick with crunches for a couple of reps. So maybe get 2 crunches and then 1 sit up. And relax. Into shoulder tap. So you've got core flexion, then upper body rotational control. 2, 1, go. It's always much easier instead of rattling through if your hips shuffle side to side. Try and find the shoulder tap demo on the internet that's as stringent as the one we try and do. The more you do that, the more you defeat the point. You're trying to make sure that your lower back doesn't move whatsoever. And relax into side plank. To start throwing in some leg raises, even if it's just a few. You're just trying to separate your ankles, you don't have to kick massively high. 2, 1, go. So go with that to begin with. Look, my feet are on the camera. Just start with that. Just building up your lateral hip strength. Switch sides. Wrist under shoulder. round one wasn't happening on that side. That's why you gotta make sure your wrist is in the right place. If you're falling over, it might be that your base of support isn't where it needs to be. Stop. So then go into forearm plank march. In 2, 1, go. I'll take a bit of time off this because I was rambling on the second one. So if you ever start to drop your hips and just flail with your legs, go into press up plank march. You could hold the forearm plank and stick with that. But the point is you're trying to control lower body rotation. So try and keep the aims similar. And stop. Then you go flutter kick to finish off the round. 2, 1, go. Other option, go with the hardest version of it, like you do with hollow holds. Do a couple of flutters, a couple of seconds off, build it up gradually. Last few seconds of round 2. And relax. 20 seconds off, into round 3. So you're back to sit-ups, shoulder taps. In 2, 1, go. So alternate, if you have to resort to using momentum, throwing your head forward first. Just go in a couple of crunches. Keep it all focused below your ribs.
Okay,
No.
favourites on Spotify.
Don't do that. And stop. That's mortifying. Okay, and shoulder taps after you rest. Two, 1, go. Now to me bragging about how much better Google was than Siri.
Try squeaking a bit.
The shoulder taps you can turn into up downs, or just hold that press up plank. So make sure you can squeeze your hips all the way through and then relax into side plank. In 2, 1, go. If you don't want to do the raises, just try and hold the side plank with your feet stacked on top of each other. And then regress it back to having your feet split one in front of the other. Stop, switch sides. And keep the work consistent on both sides. So if you can do leg raises easily on one but not the other, try and constrain how many reps you do. So you try and develop your strength equally. Push your hand down firmly and relax. Did it again. So then you're in 2, forearm plank march. In 2, 1, go. Try and keep your head neutral as well. push down with the opposite foot when the other one comes up. So you're trying to push with the other 3 points of support. Makes it a bit more challenging if you hold on, relax. So you can almost do a plank with one foot, and then swap over, finish off with flutter kick. In 2, 1, go. If your hips start clicking, you find it unnerving, just go with a hollow hold or a leg lower. Keep the range of motion smaller. You have 15 seconds left. Just keep the lower back pressed in no matter what. And stop. That's it. It's a foam rolling for mobility. So the Monday session being more of a core circuit focus gives you a good opportunity to try and to investigate what kind of condition your body's in, ready for tonight's runs, if you're doing one. So left quad in 2, 1, go. Of course, maybe it's just me, but quad rolling is never easy. And stop. Other side. So today's challenge, 30 seconds, 30 minutes. Imagine that. 30 minutes of skill focus. Pick something you haven't learned yet. This rolling gets a lot easier the closer you keep your knee and arms to the point that's being rolled. Stop. You get more support. Hamstrings. 2, 1, go. As well, the amount of running people are doing, you should be throwing in calf-based foam rolling as well. Just rotate side to side. And stop. Other leg. If you can try, so if you lean back a bit, it's possible to get your hips off the floor. You get a bit more tension on your hamstring. So try and force it by lifting it up off the ground. So again, big difference between that, hips on the ground, lots of support, and that one, it's opposite side. So left hand down, right leg on the roller, hips off, into hips. To cross your legs over, left hip on the roller, left ankle up. It's always a good idea to start with your foot up so you can move it around, find what needs to work today. Kind of like riding a bike, but a lot of times you're going to get some feedback from being on your side. Then switch over. Or you can go onto your forearm, use your other arm to manipulate the roller like this. Then you can pull your knee across to the opposite side, opposite shoulder, get a bit more stretch as you roll. you just get a lot more feedback. Into lat stretch, lat roll. It doesn't always feel like it, but if you feel discomfort when you roll, it's not always an indicator of pain or damage. It's best just to consider it as feedback from your neuromuscular system, and nothing more. So if it feels a bit uncomfortable and a bit of rolling makes it feel better, then it's probably had one limb and then use the other to manipulate the roller. And finish with chest. So, roll the hips up. I mean, that's starting to get easier. If you remember, you can always lower them to move your arm if you have to, and stop. Just gives you a bit more control over what's happening. So, find an arm position, lift your hips, rock around a little bit. Hips back down, move your arm, and then lift your hips up again. Then you might find once you lower them again, you can still do some work on that tissue. And relax. Okay, session 1 done. Well, that's not how you get on with those challenges. Enjoy your runs tonight, MPS, and thank you all for watching live. Everyone else at Guildford City wants to wish you a happy Monday. So I'll see you tomorrow.